Gary O'Donoghue, it looks like the proposed visit by the President of Mexico to the United States next week has been called off. Will Grant is in Mexico City. There's a lot of anger flying around, and this is the result.
That's right, Simon. It's been a real sort of building war of words, indeed war of tweets, perhaps. It began with President Trump tweeting that unless President Peña Nieto of Mexico was prepared to say that Mexico will pay for the wall, something they've repeatedly said they won't do, then he should call off the meeting. Cue a couple of hours later, and President Peña Nieto did exactly that. I've got the tweets here, translating from the Spanish, but it basically says, "This morning we have informed the White House that we won't take part in the working meeting scheduled for next Thursday with the President of the United States, but Mexico reiterates its willingness to work with the US on agreements that favour both nations." So clearly some element of wanting to move the agenda forward, but right now this impasse over the wall is just too big to get beyond.
And actually there was a rather fruity tweet from a previous Mexican president. There is serious anger, isn't there?
Yeah, very earthy language coming from former President Vicente Fox. And that is indicative of just how much Mexicans up and down this country believe that they in no way should be responsible for financing a wall that they neither want nor called for. And yet Mr. Trump is insistent that they will pay for it. How they will pay for it, we're yet to see. Will that be in the form of some form of tax on remittances? Will it be in the form of a tariff on trade moving back and forth in what is supposed to be, let's not forget, a free trade area, the North American free trade area that Mr. Trump says he is very keen to redraft the agreement on that. So there's a lot to be sorted out, not least of which are questions to do with cross-border security. A lot of the guns that sort of run the drug war in this country come from the United States. A lot of the money that funds the drug war comes from the United States with the drugs that are sold there. So it is a very kind of intertwined relationship, but if the two leaders can't even now sit down because of these arguments over the wall, well, it's going to be very, very prickly moving forward.
Well, thank you very much. Will Grant there in Mexico City. Here, the Chancellor, Philip Hammond, says the UK's economy is robust and resilient, but he's warned there may be uncertainty ahead as Britain adjusts to a new relationship with Europe.